Hey gang, AV here. Welcome to my review of the Star Wars Vintage Collection Luke Skywalker Endor. As it says on the card, this is from the Endor capture scene. As you can see, he's in vintage style packaging, complete with the Kenner branding down there at the bottom. This is the front of the card with a depiction from Luke in the movie, specifically from the scene that he was captured on Endor. Here's the back of the card, which also features other characters that were available in this particular wave. And it's got bilingual packaging there on the back. Very cool. All right, not much else to say about the card itself. Let's open them up and see how cool the figure is. I will say this though, actually. He has his closed vest there. However, when you look up here, his vest is open. I don't know if you can see that. Like it should have been, like it was on the Death Star. So we may be getting another one, or maybe that could have been just a prototype. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm gonna open this up. As I said in the previous video, my back is bothering me a little bit this morning, so the less I have to reach forward, the better. All right, removed it. Toss that off to the side. Put my knife down. Let's get the figure out. Okay. Shackles. All right. As usual, we're going to have a look at his accessories first. I'm going to start with the lightsaber itself. This is the ignited lightsaber. The blade is permanent, does not come out. Transparent plastic. But it's pretty dense. Still clear though. It's well painted. Nice detail on it. And it's proper representation of his green lightsaber handle. Here is the lightsaber handle unignited, which does have a peg on it, and it will peg to his belt. I'll show that right now. There's a little peg hole right there next to his belt buckle, so you can peg it to his belt. It's pretty cool. And next he has his shackles, which open at the ends. Let's see how well this works. I'll actually do this after I loosen the figure up with the articulation. So here's the figure himself. Face sculpt is okay, not too bad. It's not the greatest Luke Skywalker I've seen, but it's not too bad. All black outfit. Only paint detail you have on him really is his left hand, and his belt buckle has the buckle and a couple of the rivet holes. That's about it. Not much else to say. He's got glossy boots and a matte finish on the rest of them. Pretty cool. All right, let's go over his articulation. So his head's on a ball joint. Do a full 360. Cannot look up at all. Can hardly look down. Not really. So basically 360 degrees. You can do an exorcist with him. That's it. Arms, do a full 360. They can go up pretty high, which is nice. No rotation at the bicep. His elbows, do a full rotation, 360 degrees there. Bends at the elbow a little over 90 degrees, which is cool. Wrists do a full 360. And they have the hinge, so you can angle it up and down. Very good. Looks like the same articulation on both arms. Let me loosen that elbow up. The elbows on this and the last couple figures I've reviewed seem to be very tight. There we go. And a little bit nerve-wracking to bend for the first time, so just be careful. All right, cool. So he's got a rotation joint there at the hips, or at the waist, I'm sorry. His legs can go out. He can do a full split. He can stick his leg up about that high, kick it back about that far. He's got no rotation at the thigh, single jointed knees, ankles 360, point his toes down, and you can point them up a little bit. Not bad articulation on this guy. Not bad at all. Let's see his shackles and how well they fit. See if I can't do this on camera here. I'm gonna sit back and do this. Alright. So they do go on pretty decent. They look huge on him. Unlike the Han Solo ones I did in a previous video, these are a lot bigger. And because his arms are so tiny, they look massive. But they do work, they function. Let's see how well he holds his lightsaber and how he looks with that. Oof. His right hand is kind of smushed closed. I don't know if you can see that. Having a tough time opening it up to actually get his weapon in there. Not sure if that's just the mold or maybe my copy, but man, he does not want to open his hand. Oh, yeah, all right. I got it. I got his lightsaber in there, but he's not holding it very well at all. They sculpted his fingers a little too small, I think. That's unfortunate. I mean, he can hold it, but it's not as good a grip as I would like. I mean, it just popped right out. And he's holding it. He has to hold it kind of high up on the handle, too. You can move it down, but the switch gets in the way a little. So I don't know. I mean, he does hold it. He is holding it, but it's. I think his sculpting on his hands could have been better. Let's put it that way. All right, so I did demonstrate this earlier. His other lightsaber handle can peg to his belt. You do have some good options with this guy. He does look halfway decent. His articulation is pretty cool too. But the sculpt on his hands, I'm not thrilled about. So all in all, he's a decent figure. if you don't already have a Jedi Luke, he's a good one to get, I guess. Especially if you're doing displays. He's not the best figure I've ever seen, but he's far from the worst as well. He is giving me a little bit of trouble getting him to stand, though. My table is pretty level. Nobody else is giving me any trouble, so it's got to be his feet. There we go. Here he is next to the Jabba's Palace version of Luke. Who I've used for size comparison a couple times. All in all, I think he's a very cool figure. I got out of the habit of doing size comparisons, so let me do that now. So here he is next to a vintage G.I. Joe. As you can see, Star Wars figures are 3 3/4 inch. They are not 4-inch figures. Put it in perspective for you. Whoops. Dropped its shield. But here he is next to a Marvel Universe Captain America. Just so you can see the difference. Cap towers over him. And here he is next to a modern G.I. Joe figure. Dollar General Cobra Trooper. Towers over him as well. So, all in all, he's a cool figure. He's going to look good in a display. You can get some decent poses out of him. And with the ignited lightsaber, unignited lightsaber, and the shackles, you can definitely have some options for how to pose this guy. I think he's decent, especially at around the $10 to $11, $12 mark, whatever vintage figures go for usually. I think they're around $12 now. I like him, and if you need a Jedi Luke, he's a good one to get. If you like this video, check out my channel. If you like what you see there, then please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.